representing Norway, it's Orange Kibran.
Now let's have a look at these athletes. That's Kiprab of Norway. Great range. 7th in Barcelona back in middle of February in a personal best of 60.46. He will be tough to beat. The great track race as well. Guide of Ireland. He's a real danger. Fast track 10,000 just 2 weeks ago in the USA. 27.26. Watch the Irishman in green. Mayo of Spain, the 6th fastest European all time. He too, the Spaniard, a very, very fast track runner. But his form, questionable. Only a cross-country race so far this year. Perhaps the favourite, Jimmy Gressier of France. He's a 59.46 performer, the 12th fastest ever in Europe. He's a sub-60-minute performer, the complete runner, great on the track, on the roads, and the country is Gressier. And then the local man, he could be a threat for a medal. The Belgian Simon de Bonny.
The sun shining, a brilliant atmosphere.
Away they go then. It is a relatively small field. We're used to seeing such massive fields get underway. I commentated on the Berlin half marathon last Sunday, just 6 days ago, and some athletes here raced there, and there were massive fields in Berlin, around 40,000. Well, Jimmy Gressier laying out his stall very, very clearly early on. 250 per kilometre is 60-minute pace, 250.5 if you want the bits and pieces. So we're not expecting anything like 60 minutes on this course this morning, or sub-60. I'd have thought a winning time in the 61, 62 minute range would be pretty solid, although he has gone out aggressively. Gressier here will bring the splits as quickly as we can for these men. But Gressier from Guide, who is definitely one of the favourites. Guide, the Irishman, he ran 27.26 in San Juan Capistrano in California just a couple of weeks ago. That's a fabulous time. He lives in Dublin, former Eritrean. But he's had 3 races this year as Guide in the green there in 2nd place. 2 of them were Irish national records. He has been in supreme form, and he will be tough to shake off. So Gressier looks like he's prepared to do this the hard way. I mean, goodness me, 7.5 minutes on the clock. You've got Gressier, Guide and Kiprab, and Gondwan's dropped back pretty quickly. Ellen in 4th place. He's about 15 metres back. In Gressier on this little upslope, really testing these guys. Looks like he wants the gap early.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just a second half marathon. When you look at the personal best and you look at the times, only 2 men under 60 minutes. Carlos Mayo, one of them, and Jimmy Gressier, the other. Both setting their personal best in 2023, and that's exactly what we've come to expect from Jimmy Gressier, haven't we? Started his sporting love with football, and he really is a true entertainer when it comes to geeing up the crowds. And considering he's already torn this field apart, as now Kiprab is dropping back, still having the energy to try and encourage the crowds to give him something back. This is certainly a statement of intent from the Frenchman.
Well, according to our time, at 13.52 at 5K, I find that hard to believe. 13.52, I mean, no, there it is, it's official. Wow! Jimmy Gressier has gone out so aggressively, 13.52. Well, that is, it's about 58.20 tempo. I mean, that is bonkers fast. It really is crazy fast from Jimmy Gressier. And it's because he's trying to shake off the others. And it explains why there's that gap back to the pack, Ellen. They simply couldn't live with that early tempo. And I wonder whether or not Kiprab can live with it much longer. He's never broken 60 minutes. He's only once just gone below close to 61 minutes. His personal best in Barcelona back in February, 60.46. So this is new territory for the Norwegian in white. Yeah, Jimmy Gressier, 25 minutes on the clock. And he has got that isolation now, I think. And you can see the support here out in these communities. So they've been running for 25 minutes. They're at about 8K. They're still heading up the western side of the course in a northern direction. Sun right behind him in Gressier here. The temperature hasn't built up yet, but look at the support there. He is loving it. There is a man in his element, in wonderful form. When you run 12.54 for 5,000 indoors, you have got so much speed at your legs, cruising along at this sort of speed in a half marathon. You'll feel very, very comfortable indeed. He's got a wonderful engine, Jimmy Gressier, and you were talking about the confidence of one or two of the female athletes just now, Diana Van Ers. Well, Jimmy Gressier has never been an athlete lacking in confidence. In fact, at the press conference yesterday, he talked about he's got a secret prepared should he win. Here is the second placer, Kibrab of Norway. And he is definitely dropped now. That gap is probably about 80 metres, probably about 10, 12 seconds.
It's nice and day, isn't it, when you look at how both of them are moving. Gressier just gliding and carrying so much pace, where you look at that corner and the way it was cut by Kibrab, it just looks to be struggling slightly. You can still see Jimmy Gressier, the lead bikes, and of course the lead car ahead, but certainly that gap, he's not going to be able to bridge it unless now something happens and Jimmy Gressier has completely mispaced this.
Gressier has been patient, he's had a couple of attacks, and he's now got his reward. And Kibrab in second, Guide in third. There it is, those are the splits at 10k, 27.50. I cannot emphasise how quick that is when he's already negotiated a massive hill in that first 10k from Gressier. He could be heading here, dare I say it, I should probably whisper it, but maybe for a sub-60 clocking. It's fabulous. Jimmy Gressier approaches the finish line now, here in the south of the city centre in Leuven. The crowds are massive here. I'm astonished at the number of Leuven populace that have come out. He grabs the tricolour, he celebrates it. He's not interested in a personal best, he's not interested in the time. See it bottom right of the screen. It will be sub-60, but Gressier is the champion in the inaugural European Running Championships half marathon for men. He's winning time unofficially, 59.46. Quite astonishing from Jimmy Gressier. If that is the case, it's equalled his lifetime best. He wasn't interested in that. He's the winner. He's a championship racer extraordinaire. Fabulous from Gressier. And I tell you what, he doesn't look that extended. Second place then, it is Kibrab of Norway. He's worked so hard for this as the Norwegian 29-year-old. Former Eritrean, since July 2022, he has proudly been a Norwegian citizen and raced for them so well. Didn't finish the European Championships in Rome last year, but a silver medal today from Kibrab is fabulous running. And this, the battle for the bronze. Guide against Gondouin. Not far to go now, this final right-hand turn and then into the finishing straight. And it has been a hard battle these two have created over the last few kilometres. Gondouin kicks away, picks his moment perfectly. Guide hasn't given up, although he did have a look over his shoulder. And look at Gondouin. He's got the confidence here to come to the line and take a bronze for France. 1 and 3 for France. The Norwegians separating them. Guide finishes in fourth place. A brilliant run from the Irishman as well. Wow.
I'm very happy because when I come here is my goal. So I'm very, very happy because also it's my first title in the senior. So yeah, I'm very happy.
And your celebration at the end, you jumped the line. Tell me about that.
Yeah, normally in the summer I want to do steeplechase. I celebrate like this because I will do steeplechase.
There it is, confirmation of the top 10 in the men's race. Jimmy Gressier takes gold for France. Kibrab of Norway, 61.08. Gondouin of France, the bronze medal, 61.54 behind his silver. And Ephraim Guide, the unlucky man, in fourth place there for Ireland. The French winning with 19 points. From Spain, I thought it was fairly tight. Italy taking the bronze, 36 points for them there in third place.
Diana Van Es in incredible form, and like we said, over 90 seconds quicker than the rest of the field based on that personal best that she set in March in New York. Esther Pfeiffer as well comes into this in excellent form, setting a new personal best in this distance, but only 6 days ago in Berlin, third fastest in this field. Rebecca Lonedo, part of a very strong Italian contingent who will have their eyes on the team prize. Their third half marathon of the season so far. Lisa Shine, part of a strong travelling Slovenian contingent, well placed to take at least one medal home from these championships. Juliette Thomas, the home favourite. Diana Van Es with the pink sunglasses, poised and ready to go. Pfeiffer to the side of her, one to watch in this race as well. And underway now.
Here's the leading women hitting the canal for this section of only about 100 metres before they turn left away from it again.
Yeah, so our leading 4 women all going through 5 kilometres at 16:40. They're somewhat split off 12 seconds to the next challenger, the next pack behind, and really turning the screw here is a hard pace being thrown down now. Diane Van Es sat in. Now she's moved around the outside of Chloe Herbier. Well, a change in the order of the trio at the front of the women's race, and after looking fairly laboured just a few kilometres back, Juliette Thomas, who is now pushing the pace. She's matched from behind by both her teammate Chloe Herbier and Diana Van Es, who has just been there and lurking. She hasn't taken on any of the hard work. She's sat back and let the 2 home athletes put in all the hard yards, particularly Chloe Herbier, who just a moment ago looked like she might be struggling because of it. They make their way through the city, and this will be such a welcome sight to so many of the home supporters who have come out in their masses to see 2 of the Belgian vests leading the way in this women's half marathon. And now the break has been made by Chloe Herbier, who was shot well ahead now of the 2 who she was previously in a trio with. She was pushing the pace throughout the last 10 kilometres. Every time it surged, it was down to her. And on home soil, she is striding away. A look over the shoulder. Diana Van Es, who is the fastest in the field by quite some margin, has sat back with Juliette Thomas. And, well, she's been moving so well, the Dutch athletes. And you just wonder, is this tactical to save something tomorrow? Will she be happy with just 2 podium places with the time? Surely the prowess that she has in the half marathon, you'd have expected to see her push for gold. There is definitely a contrast in terms of the form at the minute between her and Herbier, who is on her way to a first senior European medal, a first senior European gold, and absolutely flying. You can see the focus there. Juliette Thomas in the white bib just behind and waiting for Diana Van Es to come around the corner. She will need to keep her wits about her here, because there is a hungry chase pack who wouldn't have expected maybe necessarily to be in for the medals. And it doesn't seem, I can't see Diana Van Es there. I wonder whether she's pulled to one side. It is the Italian Sara Nestola, who looks like has made her way up into 3rd place now, and you just wonder whether Van Es has stepped to the side. Of course, plenty of bibs of the male athletes who are in the mass start, but very hard to see Diana Van Es there as Chloe Herbier welcomed home warmly. The 70-minute mark ticks by, but is warmly welcomed. She'll go around the bend, and we'll see the finishing gantry, and it has been a spectacularly timed run from Chloe Herbier. We'll take one look over the shoulder. She has done more than enough to secure gold at the inaugural European Running Championships. She had the weight of expectation of the nation on her shoulder. She had the pressure of the fastest in the field behind her, but she's overcome it all. And the inaugural European Running Championships winner in the women's half marathon kisses the ground, drops to her knees on home soil. Chloe Herbier, a brilliant victory, and it will be a 1-2 for Belgium. Juliette Thomas taking 2nd place and the silver medal, and this looking very promising for the Belgium team as a whole. Well, they didn't want to wait around to grab the flags, but they will now collect it. A superb race. And with no Diana Van Es in sight, the bronze medal will go the way of Sara Nestola of Italy, who for much of that race looked more than out of the medal picture.
It's very nice to be here in my country, European champion, because with family, with friends, it's dynamic, and it's pushing off during the race with the move, the encouragement. So I am very happy to do that for the public, the Belgian public. They are a medal, individual medal and a team medal. So for Belgium, it's a big day for everybody of the team, and for the team at the nation is very important for group on the Europe.
In the end, a very deserved winner, and one that the home crowd certainly would have loved to welcome home. A 1-2 for Belgium. Chloe Herbier, European champion for the very first time. And no doubt about the women's result. Look at that, 10 points ahead of Italy. Belgium dominant today in terms of the team results. A 1-2 for Chloe Herbier and Juliette Thomas, and then Victoria Volpi, the third point scorer. 10 points, that is a huge gap, and it's a strong Italian team who came out in force here, but well defended on home soil. Belgium on top.